Communication skills. Part 5. Common communication barriers with examples. Before I proceed, I request you to stay to the end of the video and please subscribe for access of more coming videos. Let's start. Common communication barriers with examples. Communication skills are the abilities you use when giving and receiving different kinds of information. Some examples include communicating new ideas, feelings, or even an update on your project. Communication skills involve listening, speaking, observing, and empathizing. At work, you will use a variety of verbal and nonverbal communication tools and tactics to share information and maintain business operations. As an employee, you might sometimes face obstacles that make communication challenging. When communication barriers arise, it can be difficult to maintain and develop relationships with colleagues, leaders, or clients. This often leads to confusion and can make your day-to-day duties more difficult. By recognizing these barriers and being aware of your own communication habits, you will be better able to resolve these issues when they come up. To help, here are 5 common barriers to effective communication. 1. Using industry jargon. 2. Providing too much information at once. 3. Differing communication styles. 4. Language and hearing barriers. 5. Physical barriers. Let's take a closer look at each of these barriers and ways to overcome them. 1. Using industry jargon. Every industry has its own set of unique words and phrases. While using these terms can seem more efficient at times, it is often confusing for those outside the field or with little or no professional experience. Using jargon or highly technical language can abstract your messages and make it more challenging for people to understand important information. Instead, try and avoid jargon and break down abbreviations. For example, while someone in marketing or sales may be familiar with the term KPI, an employee in product development may not know it stands for Key Performance Indicator, or that it is a value an organization measures to determine how well a business is achieving a business objective. By taking the time to explain the term, you can ensure everyone comprehends your message. Doing so also helps people feel more included, confident, and able to be present and productive. 2. Providing too much information at once. Whether you are giving a presentation during a team meeting, training a new employee, or explaining a product to a customer, it is easy to share an excess of information. Sometimes you may feel that the more details you provide, the clearer your message. However, providing too much information can complicate your message and make it harder for your audience to understand. To make it easier for people to comprehend your message, keep your explanation concise and only share what is most relevant to them. If you are sharing a presentation or using written communication, be sure to use bulleted lists instead of large blocks of text. Offer time for your audience to ask questions, whether it be at the end or during your discussion. This is a good time to share additional details that they are ready to consume. 3. Differing communication styles. Everyone has their own unique communication style. Some people are outwardly expressive while others maintain a more neutral tone. Some people use hand gestures when speaking in front of an audience while others avoid them. Sometimes, these differences can become communication barriers. For example, someone who is highly detailed and specific in their messages may have trouble understanding a communicator who prefers to use generalities. Here are a few things you can do to help get your point across to people who have different communication styles. A. Use a confident tone. No matter your method of communication, always remain confident and self-assured. If you're speaking, speak clearly and audibly. If you are writing, try to avoid phrases like, I think, or, I hope, or, I guess. B. Include examples. When explaining something, it is often helpful to illustrate your point with examples. For instance, if you are training an employee on a tool, demonstrate it for them. Be cognizant of learning styles that might exist in your audience. C. Ask if anyone needs clarification. When you are finished sharing a point, ask your audience if they need clarification and make yourself available for follow-up questions to ensure they understand your meaning. You can do this by asking, does anyone have follow-up questions? Or, is that clear to everyone? D. Mirror other communication styles. If you're in a one-on-one meeting, try to model your style of communication after the person you're speaking with. 4. Language and hearing barriers. If someone has a hearing impairment or is not fluent in your language, they may have a challenging time understanding what you are saying. Even if they understand some of your message, there is a chance they may miss critical information. In these circumstances, it is important to make all the necessary arrangements to ensure you are able to effectively communicate with each other. For example, you may need to request the services of a translator or sign language interpreter. 5. Physical barriers. Another one of the most common communication barriers is physical boundaries. While face-to-face communication is generally the most effective, it is not always possible, especially for businesses with multiple locations or remote workers. When dealing with physical barriers, it is important to adapt your communication techniques. For example, if you are speaking with someone on the phone, you can't rely on non-verbal communication such as hand gestures, facial expressions and other cues, so you will need to ensure all expressions are verbal. If you are communicating primarily through email or chat, it is crucial you use the same etiquette you would use in spoken conversations, such as beginning a message exchange with a greeting, so you don't come across as terse or impolite. Clear and straightforward communication is essential for maintaining a productive and safe working environment. Additionally, well-developed communication skills are crucial for success in any career. By taking the time to understand and identify communication barriers, and work to resolve these challenges, you can ensure a positive experience for your fellow employees as well as any customers you serve. Please subscribe, like and press the bell for more coming videos of communication skills. Thank you for your time.